episode 118 of the All the Books Show, the official podcast of the David A. Howe Public Library, where we talk about book news, author news, and literary news. I'm Eric Mickles.
And I'm Nick Gunning.
Hey,
Hi, everybody.
You sound more excited than me, but I'm feeling better than you.
You don't know.
I'm in the room with you.
You're not inside here tapping, he said as he tapped at his head.
Yeah. You did tap your head, but could you even hear it over the pounding headache that you got going?
No, but that's fine.
Yeah.
How are you, man?
Again, better than you.
I'm going to ask more successfully in this episode than I did last time. See any movies over the weekend?
I sure did.
Well, what did you see?
I saw Justice League.
The film? Justice League?
Yes.
And?
The actual league. I ran into them at the mall.
And also?
With you?
No.
Oh, man, I saw Thor Ragnarok.
Okay. Wow.
Sorry.
That's all right. That's all right.
Thank you for feeding me those
them,
lines.
I saw them both, too.
This weekend?
I saw Justice League this weekend. I guess I saw Thor like last Thursday.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Pretty good weekend for movies, I would say.
Yeah.
I would say let's talk about them for a minute. Let's talk about Thor first.
Okay.
Have you seen Thor, folks? Because we're about to talk about it.
Yeah, we won't spoil it.
Okay. Your thoughts?
I loved it.
I know.
Oh, okay. Well, why'd you ask me? Oh, because our listeners, they don't know. Well, our listeners know. I think keen, observing listeners would know. What do you... Your mic's, like, attached, and you still...
Go on. Just talk about Thor before I punch you right in the face.
I loved it. I thought it was funny, but I didn't think the humor underplayed the drama.
Yeah. I would agree with that.
I thought it was a great time. I had a lot of fun. I enjoyed every instance of the immigrant song.
Okay.
Had a good time seeing the Hulk again. And kind of a comedic side of Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah.
I liked when he's like, "Oh, you're just using me to get to the Hulk. That's gross."
Yeah.
That line cracked me up.
Yeah, that is funny.
I liked some of the cameos. Had a good time. I thought Kate Blanchett was great.
She was very good.
She was fantastic.
Very good. I was a little sad about the supporting characters of Thor.
Yeah.
None of them, either they didn't appear or they didn't get a lot of play.
Time.
So that was kind of disappointing.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy the movie. I loved the Thor-Loki relationship.
Yeah.
I thought they did that very well.
That was good.
I would have liked a little bit more Banner Thor stuff. But, you know.
I think I found Thor himself to be more enjoyable to just be by himself in this movie.
Yeah.
And I think that's because he was playing it funny.
Right.
As opposed to the other ones where I still love Thor, but he needs to have like a compelling supporting cast around him to play on the fish out of water elements and like make fun of his like, I don't know, his regality. So I thought this one did a good one where it's like, no, we're just going to follow Thor from beginning to end.
You know, out of the trilogies, I think I might side with Thor. Like if I was going to rewatch one of the trilogies, Iron Man, Captain America, or Thor, I think I might go Thor.
They're all good.
I know. I love them
The
all.
Captain America one is a weird one because the first two are very Captain America, but then the third one is kind of like a mini Avengers movie.
So overall, I think it was really good. Justice League, definitely more of a mixed bag.
Yeah.
And all of
I could say Justice League is my... hold on. You keep going. I'm gonna work this out.
Okay, thanks for interrupting. Definitely more of a mixed bag, but I thought, given like my expectations of it and the amount that I enjoyed it, I was very pleasantly surprised. There's a lot to like in that movie, and I do think so. Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot to like in the movie. I think there are some of cinema's worst moments. I'm looking at you, Ma Kent.
Yeah.
Anything Amy Adams did, terrible.
Yeah, if I was Amy Adams, I'd be so mad. I'd be an angry actress.
I'd be like, can you get Isla Fisher to play this time? Because I don't really feel like... But I was pleasantly surprised by Justice League. I enjoyed it. I want to watch it again. I want to watch it again now knowing what it was, because I was kind of like fingers crossed the whole time, like, please don't be terrible. Please don't be terrible. So now I want to just like sit back, soak it in, and enjoy it.
Okay. You definitely want to watch Justice League more times than I do.
Yeah. You wouldn't watch it again?
I mean, I probably will, but I haven't seen Batman v Superman a second time.
Well,
I haven't seen...
That's okay. Although, note to listeners, if you're ever going to rewatch Batman v Superman, I do strongly recommend the extended ultimate cut over the original. They're both terrible. Yeah. But if you're going to watch it, watch the extended cut, because then you'll at least get a plot.
And if you are planning to rewatch it, get help. Call a friend.
Don't.
These are things you need to talk about.
Don't do it.
Don't keep it locked inside.
Of the recent, I guess like the last maybe like 5 years, I think Spider-Man and Justice League have been the ones that I've wanted to like turn around and go back and rewatch, which hasn't happened for me.
5 years since 2012?
Yeah.
You don't like the Avengers?
I do like the Avengers,
well,
but
2012.
But I know, but I didn't feel like, I want to see that again.
Oh.
Spider-Man, we left, and I was like, when can we see it again? Same with Justice League.
Weird.
And I haven't felt that way since Superman Returns or Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 1.
Okay. I saw Avengers 3 times, so I guess I can't.
Yeah.
I wanted to see Captain America Winter Soldier and X-Men Days of Future Past right after I had seen them.
Days of Future Past. Yeah, that's up there. The X-Men movies are just so strong.
I did see Age of Ultron twice.
Okay. All right. Hey, Barnes & Noble did their vinyl days over the weekend, and I picked up a cool picture disc Spider-Man Homecoming soundtrack on vinyl.
Nice.
Love that soundtrack. It's
I also
good
saw
stuff.
Doctor Strange twice.
Okay.
So,
all right.
I guess I see.
Well, you wouldn't know that from the upfront heavy superhero talk, but we're going to be talking about the National Book Awards, folks. So,
and you wouldn't tell by the lack of chemistry Nick and I share, but it's going to be a good episode.
It probably will be. Yeah, we're very close. So, get over here. Hey, stop it. He's trying to hug me.
No,
Eric,
I'm not.
come on.
No, I'm not.
Come on, buddy. Keep it professional.
Okay.
Anyway, thank you for the hug.
Hey.
That you initiated.
I thought Justice League was fine.
Thank you.
I feel like I have to reel it back so people don't think I think it was great.
Yeah.
Or even necessarily good. But
I'm not saying that it's a great movie. I'm
Right.
saying that I personally found
But
a lot in it that excited
I do want to say that I thought it was fine.
Yeah.
And I didn't have a terrible time watching it.
Yeah.
You're right. There are things to like in it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. All right. Another hug, Eric. Please stop it. This guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we will be talking about the National Book Award. The announcements for that just dropped, so we wanted to weigh in on that. We have a lot of these in our collection. We will get to that in a minute. We're going to talk a little about some past winners that we've liked, see if they've had longevity. Because as we've discussed many times, just because it wins an award doesn't mean people are going to be talking about it.
That's
even
true.
in a few months, let alone like 10 years down the road.
Yeah.
So we'll get to that in a little bit.
Remember when I won the Best Friend Award last year for 2016?
No, I don't remember.
Yeah, nobody talks about it now, but it was a big deal.
Yeah.
Won Best Friend of
I'm
2016
sure at the
award.
time you probably got a lot of coverage.
Yeah,
so.
it was a national award, so.
Good for you.
Yeah. Hey.
Good for you. I don't know who nominated you, but good for you. Let's talk about our bookmarks. How have you been doing, Eric? Bookmarks. Have you read a lot lately?
I feel like you have something planned. Like I'm going to say, well, actually, and I'm like, as I have here evidence that you haven't read a thing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Shows a combative nature. Go on.
No, I'm still reading Killers of the Flower Moon.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, it's good. Actually, for a nonfiction book about a historical subject matter, it's funny that I got to a page and that's when they realized the man who put him up to it was, and I was like, oh, my jaw dropped. I'm like, but he was helping.
Yeah, well, that book was a major hit.
Yeah.
I mean, it was on the New York Times bestseller list forever.
Scorsese and DiCaprio are circling it like a pair of sharks.
I think you're thinking of the standalone Joker movie.
Oh, boy, I hope not.
DiCaprio. Okay. So you're enjoying it?
Yeah, it's good. It's just, it's a depressing subject matter.
Yeah.
And it's also nonfiction. Sure. So as entertaining as it is, there are some times I'm like, I gotta put this down.
Yeah.
I don't cruise through it as much as I would.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's because you can't really skim something like that or you're gonna miss very important information.
I have been on a kind of an off. I don't know. Yeah. I haven't been able to settle into things lately. Well, so I'm a little behind the times.
Look at you. You're falling apart.
Well,
you're balding.
What?
Yeah.
Look at this. Look at this thick hair. Look at that. You can't even get a comb through this.
I should say, Nick's
You're
not
out of your
actually
mind.
balding. Nick's not balding. I'm going to take a picture of you right now.
Oh, my gosh. Another hug. Wow. Oh, you're taking a look. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We'll post this on Twitter.
This is
just
Nick.
my hair.
This
Hold
is
on.
Nick proving.
Take a look at that. You want to see the crown? No male pattern baldness here.
There we go.
Okay. Well, for me, I finished a few things. I finished the Batgirl Stephanie Brown run, which I loved. Love that era.
Did the ending make you cry?
No, because it's not the end of the whole run.
Oh, never mind. Then it won't make you cry.
They're putting it out in they're taking all the issues and putting them, I think, in two big, massive sets. So I read the first half, but I really enjoyed it. So if you haven't read the Batgirl Stephanie Brown stuff and are a Bat Family fan, pick it up.
Yeah. I
also read Brian K. Vaughan's Paper Girls, Volume 3.
Paper Girls.
And I really like this series.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah.
I, in hindsight, sort of wish I would have waited till it was all done so I could read them a little bit more quickly.
Yeah, because there's only one book a year.
Because I just sort of find myself, I sort of get to the end and I'm like, okay, now I know what's going on.
You have to
and
remember.
then I wait for a full year.
Yeah.
So That's been good. And then I finished Eileen by Tessa Moshfegh. I'm not quite sure.
You finished Eileen in time for book club?
The book. Yeah, I sure did.
Come on.
I get it. Yeah. Anyway, I think I mentioned this a little last week, but book club is sick of the Joyce Carol Oates books.
Right.
And this could not have been more of a Joyce Carol Oates book. Uh-huh. Had Joyce Carol Oates written it, she probably would have been less of a Joyce Carol Oates.
Yeah, you got to get back to giving them serial killer books.
I know that is what they prefer. But actually, this is kind of the end of the era because this is the last in our contemporary classics. We're switching to more of a patron pick. You know, we draw a book by lottery and go with that book. So this is the last of this. Yeah. I chose this book initially because it's a Christmas setting. So I try to sort of do that at this time of year. But it also was a finalist for the Man Booker last year and got a lot of praise. And
Eileen?
Yeah, I know. So it's an interesting story. It's about, I don't know, kind of a pathetic girl who gets pulled into, it gets a little Hitchcocky along the way. Ooh. But it's one of those ones where the characters are just so unflattering and unlikable that like... Even when it starts to get interesting, it's like you're just not that invested. And so that's what I found the whole way through. And it is a very satisfying finale. It just wasn't a very pleasant book to read. Mm-hmm. So I think the book club is going to hate it, but I think it will be interesting to talk about.
Okay.
I read that. I'm currently reading The House of Unexpected Sisters by my old pal Sandy McCall Smith, and I'm liking it so far.
Nothing's like there's nothing worse than coming home and finding that your sisters have showed up
House of
unexpected
sisters. Yeah. There they are. Yeah.
You didn't buy any food.
No, you don't have anything.
You don't have enough bedding.
Nope.
Ready now?
Nope. I gotta wash some towels.
Yeah.
Got a House of Unexpected Sisters here.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah, I hear you.
Pick up the phone.
I hear you.
Sisters.
In book news,
did you ever watch the show Sisters?
I watched Sister.
Okay, that's similar.
Okay. Well, I've got a little bit of a heads up for James Patterson fans. James Patterson fans, if you were looking forward to the 13-minute murder by Mr. James Patterson, the publication has been postponed indefinitely. Mm-hmm. So it's probably just never going to come out, which seems to be happening more and more. I mean, it's just so much Patterson output.
Yeah. It's like he has there's going to be a book coming out in January called Gunslinger Girl. It's a young adult book. It looks cool. James Patterson presents.
Yeah. So anyway, that one's canceled. So it'll never see the light of day. It'll go in James Patterson's giant filing cabinet with The Murder of Stephen King and other such poorly thought out things. But here are some things that are announced that I believe actually will come out. Okay. So, Death of an Honest Man. This is by M.C. Beaton. This is, that is a rapper.
Right.
So this is book 33 in her Hamish Macbeth mystery series. Very popular. These are definitely cozy mysteries. Last year, about this time, the book club was reading the Christmas mystery with Hamish Macbeth. It was not a favorite. Definitely not a favorite of mine. Okay. But MC Beaton is a perennial favorite here. So who knows? Sergeant Hamish Macbeth, Scotland's most quick-witted but unambitious policeman. That's kind of a fun thing. He's kind of like, whatever, you know? He's not like he's just sort of has like natural instincts and is kind of good at being a detective, but is not a good like career policeman. So, you know, that mixes it up a little bit. Anyway, he returns in MC Beaton's new mystery in her New York Times best-selling series, and this will be a bestseller, most definitely. It's going to go right to the top there. Also, from Alex Berenson, we have John Wells' book 12. So this is a long-running series. There's been 11 before, as you might have guessed.
Yeah.
All in sort of a CIA spy situation. The Deceivers, coming to you, and I should be telling you the dates on these, shouldn't I? These will be coming to you in February of 2018.
So you say, but how can I trust you?
You're right. Yeah. That James Patterson just pulled it right out from under us. The Russians don't just want to influence American elections. Oh,
wow.
Timely.
Jeez, Patterson.
Timely. They want it all. Former CIA agent John Wells confronts a plot of astonishing audacity as New York Times bestselling author Alex Berenson goes beyond today's headlines to tomorrow's all-too-real threats. It was supposed to be a terrorist sting. The guns were supposed to be disabled. Then why was there so much blood? So, here's a fun fact and a bit of a scoop for our podcast listeners.
Yeah, hit me with it.
I've been talking with Alex Berenson for the last couple of months, trying to find time for him to come here to the David A. Howe Public Library. He's very interested. All signs point to yes. It looks very positive. And he's just a nice guy.
Yeah.
So we're hoping to set this up for 2018 to have him come out.
Will
and
he be bringing his bears?
Do a talk and a book signing. Nice. So if you're an Alex Berenson fan, it's not official yet.
Yeah.
But fingers crossed, you'll have your chance to meet him right here in your own backyard. Also, The Bad Daughter by Joy Fielding. What first appears to be a random home
Bad
invasion.
daughters become unexpected sisters.
Oh, and then you have a house full of them. What are you going to do?
I don't know.
What first appears to be a random home invasion reveals a family's dark secrets in this domestic ticking clock suspense from the New York Times bestselling author of C. Jane Run. I'm not too familiar with her work. I haven't read these, and I never hear much about them.
No.
So
C. Jane. No.
C. Jane Run. I remember when that came out, but I sort of thought the same thing. I was like, oh, yeah, I guess I know that name. So if you're a fan of Joy Fielding, look no further than February 27th for the next book from her. And finally,
Teen Girl Detective C.J. Run.
Pretty good.
There you go.
I like that a lot. This wins for one of my favorite titles.
Ever?
Yeah, sure.
Ever or not?
Sure. An Amish courtship on Ice Mountain.
Ooh.
So you don't know where it's going.
Yeah.
It starts nice and cozy, and then it ends like a mid-90s Sylvester Stallone vehicle. So what are you going to do?
Yeah. Well, you're going to
There
stop
you
John
get off
McPhil.
the Ice Mountain.
Is that what you think?
Let me use your telephone.
Is that what you think cliffhanger is?
You don't have a telephone? You're Amish? Adrian.
Okay, wait. So Rocky
It's like a Rocky amalgam.
in
it's
cliffhanger
it's mixed with
is Amish Wedding in Cold Mountain.
Is that cliffhanger? Vertical Limit.
Maybe
No, Vertical Limit is Chris O'Donnell. Cliffhanger is Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, with John Lithgow.
Did you ever watch the Sylvester Stallone where they're trapped down in like the Holland Tunnel or something, and they have to get out?
No.
Daylight.
Okay.
I watched that when it first came out.
Uh-huh.
I was a little like too young for it.
Right.
Captivated.
Yeah.
It's probably the worst movie in the world, but I loved it at the time. High stakes.
Right.
But anyway, back to Ice Mountain.
Yeah.
This is book 4 in the Ice Mountain saga.
Yeah.
So this courtship is moving slowly.
Well, it's a nice mountain.
You're right.
Things move slow in the
Yeah,
cold.
you're right. You're right.
Molasses, love.
Okay. At age 20, Joel Umble, future Bishop of Ice Mountain. Well, there's a title right there. The Bishop of Ice Mountain.
Ice Mountain needs another
Is
bishop.
strong, wise, and handsome. No wonder 19-year-old Martha Yoder has always noticed him. Still, she dares not trust that her dreams of him could become a reality. Where Joel is striking, she's plain.
Aww.
Where he is educated, she's had no time for schooling.
Really?
Caring for her frail Grossmutter and aging parents has taken all the time she might have spent being courted by boys her own age.
Yeah.
And then there's the matter of Judah Umble, Joel's harsh older brother, who's cast his cold eye on pursuing her since she was 16.
Are you reading it via the text, or are you just putting your own weird spin on it?
No, I think
Okay.
they're using like German words.
Okay.
The only kind of cold Martha is interested in is the exhilarating chill of bathing in the creek in winter.
Jeez.
Wow. It is there that she
I was wondering
escapes her
when the king was
cares
going to show up.
and where she just may find the answer to her future in a most unexpected way and gain faith that together she and Joel will have a very special place among the Amish of Ice Mountain.
Yeah.
Ice Mountain.
Oh, okay. All right, sure. Boy.
Sorry.
I had a lot of comments and then I forgot.
And that is coming out in large print in January.
Okay.
So look out. Look out for Ice Mountain.
Yeah.
It's coming your way.
Yeah.
Ice Mountain would be a pretty sweet, like, water park.
Yeah.
But it'd probably be cold.
Yeah. And you don't want to have a wedding there then.
You definitely don't.
So-
You definitely don't.
Hey, we didn't bring this up in Bookmark,
You're right.
but I feel like we should.
Yeah, me too.
Buy any fun CDs, Nick? This weekend?
Did
This
I?
week? Did you buy any
I don't think so.
great CD?
No.
Hey, did you buy any Madonna CDs? Do you remember the movie Dick Tracy?
Oh, sure. Yeah, Dick Tracy.
Did you like the soundtrack?
Beatty. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you
All
buy
right.
the soundtrack
All right.
of Madonna?
Look. I found the I'm Breathless Dick Tracy soundtrack by Madonna at a thrift store, and I bought it.
12 Madonna songs.
12 Madonna
Two
songs.
of them actually in the movie.
Maybe 3 songs from Dick Tracy, including a duet with Warren Beatty.
One of the songs is Vogue.
One of them is Vogue,
So,
which came off the I'm Breathless album.
That was a long car ride.
It was, but we went the distance. We listened to that whole album.
Yeah.
That was tough.
All right. So,
Thanks for bringing that up.
does all the books show
I
recommend?
don't know why you did. I guess because Dick Tracy's a page-to-screen adaptation.
yeah.
You clever fox.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, it tells a story. That CD, that soundtrack.
It
tells
sure
a story.
does.
It's like an audiobook.
Yeah,
by Madonna.
essentially.
I'm sure she's read an audiobook or two.
Probably. No, I don't really think that's.
You don't think so?
Probably not.
All right.
Anyway, thanks for bringing up that dumb thing.
I didn't have you buy it.
No, but people didn't need to know that I did buy it.
Yeah.
Look, it was $1. Get off my back.
It was $1.
Get off my back.
Okay.
All right. Would you like to tell us what's on the New York Times bestseller list? There was a series of, I think, 2 book sequels to the Dick Tracy movie by Max Collins. Haven't read them, but they're there.
I did want to mention, I feel like you know what Sisters is. I feel like I said...
Swoozie Kurtz?
Yes.
Yeah, I know what that is.
Yeah, Seal Award.
Yeah.
I mean, it lasted from 91 to 96.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I know what it is.
You never watched any of it?
No, I didn't.
It's just me.
You watched Sisters?
Well, I think my mom watched it, and I was awake.
Oh, okay.
So, and I remember, because every episode starts with them in a steam room, just talking, and I think I always thought they were dead, and like that was heaven,
like a weird ghost steam room.
No, I thought they were in heaven.
I thought they were in heaven, taking a steam in heaven.
No, I thought heaven was just people in white towels, and it was steamy.
That's your idyllic. Gosh,
well,
I sure wish I was in a white towel surrounded by steam and talking to Swoozie Kurtz.
In 91 and 92, I was like 5 and 6.
You are a huge Swoozie Kurtz fan.
I can't believe you pronounced it right.
Did you know that me saying Swoozie Kurtz 5 times is the most it's been said since 1996?
That's true.
She's great in Liar Liar.
Who's she in Liar Liar?
She's the defense attorney that goes against Jim Carrey in the end.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah. And she's on the show Man with a Plan with Matt LeBlanc currently. I guess I know a lot about Swoozie Kurtz. I didn't know that, but now I do.
Yeah,
Pushing Daisies. Yeah. She's one of the ants.
I couldn't
Pushing
tell
Daisies.
you a single plot thread from Sisters, but you've apparently been following each actress's career
I guess.
since. How's Seal Award doing?
Pretty good. She was on a CSI New York for a while.
Yeah.
Recurring role on House.
That's true. She
Pretty
had House
good
for
stuff.
a while. Yeah.
Yep. She was great on House. Then they used her too much.
Oh, yeah.
So, oh well.
Ex-wife of House?
No, she was like a
current wife.
No, she was like an ex-girlfriend with some unfinished business.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Have to go to Cold Mountain to
look out. Ice Mountain. Thank you very much.
What'd I say?
Cold Mountain.
Oh, that's a different thing.
Yeah, that's Renee Zellweger. Based on another book.
Julah, yeah.
Look, you sly fox.
Yeah. Hey, are you going to go see The Mountain Between Us?
Are you asking?
Yeah.
I'd love to go see Mountain Between Us.
No, not with me.
You. I've accepted your invitation.
You want to go see the sexy survival movie with...
Well, when you put it like that, it sounds weird.
Mountain Between Us, just you and me.
It sounds weird now.
I mean, it was weird enough watching The Big Sick together.
Hey, you're the one who... that was
way
all
more
you. That was
romantic
all
comedy than
you,
I thought
buddy.
it was going to be.
Okay.
Did we talk about that on the show?
We watched The Big Sick, and it was a romantic comedy.
But it's a good movie, and it's in our
collection.
collection.
It was a good movie, yep.
You should watch it.
Yep.
So, Ray Romano was great in that.
What? What's that? Oh, our producer Gary says we should read the New York Times bestseller list.
All right, Gary.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I'm in the Big Sick. Ray Romano.
All right, so Gary's okay with that.
Yeah, he said to do the Ray Romano for a minute there.
Big Sick. I'm trying to make you feel better.
Chicken soup. Deborah! Soup!
My mom lives next door.
Oh.
Okay.
Look, this is my fault. I've derailed it like a murder on some Oriental Express.
Yeah. Oh, you sly.
All right, so this is for real now. The New York Times bestsellers list for hardcover young adult fiction.
Oh. Okay.
You okay?
Yeah.
You sounded like you just got like sideswiped.
Nope, I love it.
Like somebody just came up and punched you in the stomach.
I love it.
Hey, where'd you get that water? If I look behind me, am I gonna find one?
No.
Darn it.
Sorry,
You're
man.
Right. Where are you keeping these things?
I will pull the plug on you if you don't start reading
Okay.
New York Times bestseller.
So number 10 on the New York Times bestsellers list for hardcover young adult fiction
Never thought this day would
is
come.
new. It's The Becoming of Noah Shaw by Michelle Hodkin.
Okay.
Noah and friends try to learn the reason for suicides of gifted teenagers like himself, not at all capitalizing on the success of 13 Reasons Why.
Probably not.
This came about on its own.
Totally separate.
Has nothing to do.
Nothing.
They wrote this, and then somebody was like, "Hey, this reminds me of 13 Reasons Why," and they're like, "Oh, what's that? Should I watch that or something?" Oh, it's a young adult book about.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, I hadn't heard of it." Also
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Wow.
Number 9. No, I made that up. That was a hypothetical situation.
Oh, I totally believed you. Is Swoozie Kurtz in that?
And 13 Reasons Why?
Yeah.
I don't know.
She could be. She
Yeah.
could play like the grandma. I'd buy her as Kate Montgomery's mom. Why not?
Who's Kate Montgomery?
Well, she's the mom in the third. It doesn't matter. Go on.
Number 9, All the Crooked Saints by Maggie Stiflada.
I like that. I like that title.
Stiflada?
All the Crooked Saints.
All the Crooked Saints.
Yeah.
The Saurus family. Saurus makes it sound like a dinosaur family, which would be sweet.
Yeah, it would be.
The Saurus family have the ability
Not the mama.
Okay, yeah. Speaking of early 90s TV shows that I watched, family have the ability to perform miracles for pilgrims to Bichoraro. Biko?
Stop.
Okay. Number 8, Warcross by Mary Lou.
Hey, hello, Mary Lou.
Goodbye,
heart.
Number 7, Long Way Down by Jason Reynolds. He wrote the Miles Morales Spider-Man book.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
It wasn't very well written.
Well,
it's kind of a dud.
we'll come back to Long
A
Way.
clunker.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, you can trade your clunkers in for a car.
DOA, if you know what I mean. DOA, Dead on Arrival.
That's a Foo Fighter song.
Oh, okay.
You want me to sing it?
Maybe.
Okay. It's a shame we have to die, my dear.
No, I didn't. I didn't
Okay.
want it. I didn't want that.
All right. Well, nobody's getting out of here alive.
I've...
All right. Number 6, new this week. Nick Gunning himself will be so excited to hear about this.
Really?
Jason Siegel and Kirsten Miller's Otherworld.
Okay.
Otherworld. By
Otherworld.
Jason Siegel.
Oh, yeah. I did
Oh,
want to read
my
this.
gosh.
Yeah, Jason Siegel and Christian Miller, who wrote the Nightmare trilogy, which I really enjoyed.
Yeah, he did. Simon investigates a virtual reality game that his friend Kat may become trapped inside of forever.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that'd be bad. Number 5, One of Us is Lying by Karen M. McManus. Number 4, The Hate You Give. 37 weeks on the list, falling fast now.
Growing strong.
Yeah. By Angie Thomas. Number 3, The Book of Dust. I burped.
I
didn't
know.
want to make a deal about it.
I didn't say anything.
Well, everybody saw the face you just
no
made.
one can see.
Oh, no, that's right. The Book of Dust by La Belle Sauvage.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the Dark Materials author, Philip
Pullman.
Yeah. Number 2, new this week, Renegades. They haven't made their Treat for a Bounty. That's a Styx song, Renegade.
Wow.
Oh, mama, I'm in here. What you gonna?
I don't know.
You're not-
I don't know it.
Okay.
What's the Styx song that everybody knows?
Renegade? Oh, Sail Away.
Yeah.
Mr. Roboto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Either one of
Lorelei?
those. No.
Lady 95.
Is that the one where they're like, "Don't worry, got the
No.
wi-" Okay. Then no, I don't know.
Okay. What about Too Much Time on My Hands?
Is that the one where they were like, "Come sail away,
No.
come sail away"? Oh.
Renegades by Marissa Mayer. Cinder.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've read Cinder.
Teams of...
Read and enjoyed Cinder.
Nice.
Book 1 of the Lunar Chronicles.
Luna Chronicles.
Luna Chronicles. Have you read them all?
Just the first 2 so far.
How many are there?
4.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good for them.
So Renegades by Marissa Mayer is at number 2. Teams of super beings,
Ooh.
the Renegades and the Anarchists, clash for control of
yeah.
Gatlin City.
Obviously.
Yeah. Gatlin City.
Yeah.
That's fine. I bet what we're going to find out.
It's Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and they're all going to Dollywood.
Oh, yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be a nice resolution.
Yeah.
They make up and they're like, let's go to Dollywood.
Yeah, sure.
She's like, come on, y'all. You didn't like it?
I guess I thought there'd be more.
Oh.
Because that could be anybody.
Really? Anybody?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. You're a big fan of Dolly Parton?
One of us is lying.
You?
Yeah, I like Dolly Parton.
Yeah, not a big fan.
Jolene, Applejack, pretty
Uh-huh.
good. Joshua,
Are these-
Islands in the Stream.
These are songs.
These are songs.
Okay. Just sounded like maybe like her sons, and you were just
Yeah,
big
her sons.
fans of her lineage.
Applejack Parton.
Applejack, come on. Your mama's waiting.
All right. Number 1, 5 weeks on the list, Turtles, All the Way Down
There
by
they go.
John Green. Lot of critical acclaim being heaped upon this book, except from our own All the Book Show, Nick Gunning.
This just in. Overplayed.
Whoa.
But if you're a fan of John Green,
Uh-huh.
we do have a signed copy. Right, Eric?
Yeah, where teens can come into the library, check a book out, and they'll be able to enter their name in for a signed copy of John Green's Turtles all the way down. And you won't have to deal with Nick Gunning's bad attitude about it.
Oh, no, I'll be
keep him
there.
far
I will
away.
be there, and I'll be like, oh, really? Good luck.
Yeah. Hey, was that your Alfred impression?
No, it was way too nuanced.
Yes. Wow. Yeah, we disagree about Alfred. I like Alfred and
Yeah,
Justice
you like
League.
Alfred.
I
Yeah.
like Jeremy Irons.
Yeah. Oh, here we go again.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would watch a whole movie of him just doing that like throughout his day.
I feel like I did.
If he was like shopping and Bruce Wayne was like, "Hey, can we get some apples?" He's like,
I feel like
apples.
he just brings nothing to the table as Alfred versus like everyone else who's ever played Alfred.
Like Michael Caine.
Who has like Michael Caine.
Yeah.
I
failed you.
I'll have a very specific dream. All right, sorry.
Okay. Wow. Some people.
Michael Caine, star of Jaws 4, The Revenge.
Yeah.
Just want to throw that out there.
Yeah. All right, so now we're going to be on the
Hey, can I tell you the great quote about Michael
go
Caine?
ahead. You love telling this story.
I do.
All right.
I read an interview with Michael Caine where somebody asked him about Jaws 4, and he was like, "Oh, I've never seen it. Heard it's a terrible film, but the house you bought is lovely."
Great. He's a pretty funny guy.
Good for you, Michael Caine.
Yeah, Michael Caine. All right, so this is the top 10 hardcover fiction for adults.
The one you've all been waiting for.
Yeah. You think so?
Maybe.
All right, number 10, Uncommon Type by Tom Hanks. It's fallen. It's at number 10.
Yeah.
It's not staying much longer, I don't think.
Tom Hanks.
What about him?
Nothing.
America's Sweetheart.
I know he is.
The Burbs.
The Burbs. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
Number 9.
Anybody's going to get him.
In This Moment by Karen Kingsbury. A lawyer defends a public high school principal who starts an after-school Bible study program.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, that will go well.
Yeah.
That will go over well.
No one will have a problem with it.
Number 8, The House of Unexpected Sisters.
The house that Jack built. Oh, what did you say?
The House of
Let's
Unexpected...
both say the title at the same time. You ready?
The House of
the Rising Sun.
Unexpected Sisters. Alexander McCall Smith.
Oh, I know
During an
him.
investigation, Precious
Ramatswe.
Thank you. Encounters a man from her past and a nurse who has her last name.
Bump, bump, bump.
Yeah.
Wait, is she the unexpected sister?
Maybe.
You think so? Great. I'm not that far in the book, and you ruined it for me.
Did I really?
No.
I just read the summary.
No, she was sort of like, "Oh, I know your father," and I was like, "Look out!" But who knows where it's going to go? And I'm not going to tell you.
I'm just reading the information put in front of me, man.
Okay.
Number 7, new this week. Every breath you take.
Every move you make, every bond you break, I'll be watching you.
Are we doing the police version or is that the P. Diddy version from the 90s?
I was doing the police. Yeah.
Okay. Number 7. Oh, wait. I already said that. Mary Higgins Clark and Alifer Burke.
Back with the... What is this series?
Lori Moran
Yeah.
investigates the murders of a wealthy widow who was pushed
Under
from the
suspicion.
roof of the Metropolitan Museum of Art.
Okay, this is one of the Under Suspicion novels.
Yeah.
So the plot of these books is there's a TV show where they uncover cold cases.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I actually really enjoyed I think I read the one that's just by Mary Higgins Clark that spawned this spinoff.
Mm-hmm.
And I read maybe the first 2, and they're pretty good. There's not much to them. You know, they're the kind of books where you just sort of sit down and everybody's like, "How dare you, sir? How dare you?" And then the big twist.
Right.
So,
why is a wealthy widow on the roof of the Museum of Art anyway? Do you think somebody told her there was going to be art up there?
Needs some air.
Oh, yeah.
Needs a little air,
Well,
probably.
just go
Maybe
out.
she's a smoker.
Just go out the door.
Maybe she's
The
a
front
toker.
door. Okay.
Maybe she's a midnight.
And a joker. Yeah. Number 6, The Noel Diary by Richard Paul Evans, who's basically the godfather of Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like...
What? Man, I wish you guys could see that. Nick even did like the hand gestures of his Marlon Brando impression there. He couldn't really reach.
The good people, Carl. They wish to be.
No, that's a different...
Different Marlon Brando? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Krypton.
Yeah.
All right. A romance writer delves into a stranger's past when his estranged mother leaves her extremely stuffed house to him. Yeah.
A lot of adjectives.
No. I couldn't eat another bite.
Please, house.
I'm extremely stuffed.
Number 5, Type.
Wait, what was that? What's that called?
The Noel Diary.
That's the Noel Diary? About the guy with the overstuffed house?
Yeah.
Oh, Merry Christmas.
Yeah. I have a cousin named Noel.
Does she have a diary? Is it about an overstuffed house?
Maybe.
Does she listen?
Maybe.
Oh. Well. Okay. What about your cousin Brianna? She's still listening?
I think so.
Hey, Brianna.
Hey, Brianna.
Do we call her Bree? Do we ever do that?
I call her Bree, yeah.
Do you? Hey,
we used
Bree.
to call her Breezy.
What's up,
when
girl?
We used to call
That
her...
sounded flirtatious. I didn't mean it flirtatious.
Yeah, she's married. She just got married.
Oh, congratulations. That was a long time ago.
Well. Number 5, Typhoon Fury by Clive Cussler and Boyd Morrison.
Yeah.
Juan Cabrillo chases a Filipino insurgent during a megastorm. Oh my gosh.
A geostorm?
No, not a geostorm.
Is Gerard Butler in this?
No.
Oh.
No.
Good.
A megastorm is about...
Then it has a chance.
Oh. Yeah, that Geostorm had no chance against Gerard Butler.
No.
I'm gonna kill you, Geostorm. And then your parents.
He was gonna kill it by singing songs from Phantom of the Opera.
Oh my word!
Music of the night.
I wish I could do a thick Scottish accent while singing to give people an example. Yeah.
Oh, it's gross.
Number 4, Two Kinds of Truth by Michael Connolly.
I think there's only one.
No, there's the truth.
Yeah.
And then there's the true.
Huh.
The true, if you remember, is from Cloud Atlas.
Oh.
With Tom Hanks.
With Tom Hanks.
Yes, a type
Hey, you know what? Page to screen, you sly fox.
Number 3, Origin by Dan Brown.
Still haven't read it.
No.
Which is another Tom Hanks page to screen series.
Oh my gosh.
They're never going to make an Origin movie, though.
No, I can't imagine. Do you think they'll make a TV show with Colin Hanks?
Yeah, with Colin Hanks.
Yeah.
Yep.
How do you feel about Colin Hanks? Have we ever talked about Colin Hanks?
Colin Hanks?
Yeah.
I have no feelings about Colin Hanks. Does anybody have feelings about
When
Colin
you
Hanks?
watch, when you see something has Colin Hanks in them, are you more like, oh, Colin Hanks, or you're like, oh, Colin Hanks?
It's like white noise to me. I don't know.
Wow.
I liked The Great Buck Howard.
Uh-huh.
That was pretty good.
Yeah. How do you like King Kong?
I've never seen
Peter
it.
Jackson's King Kong.
I haven't seen
He's
it.
not really in it that much.
Oh, okay. Well, I haven't seen it.
It's not his story.
Oh, he was also with Jack Black in what, Orange County?
That's true. Yeah, they've been in movies together.
All right, they're the Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan of their generation, maybe.
Colin Hanks and Jack Black?
Yeah, and Jack Black.
Yeah. Okay. Number 1, new this week. Do you know what it is?
Oh, I do, but I can't.
The Midnight Line
Jack Reacher.
by
Yep.
Lee Child.
Yep.
Jack Reacher tracks down the owner of a Pond West Point class ring and stumbles upon a large criminal enterprise. What the?
Yeah, that's classic Jack Reacher. He just finds something.
I'll
he's
help you
like-
find your class
He's like,
ring.
what's going on? And then he gets
Yeah.
right in the thick of it.
Like, oh, can you put your address down?
I
No
think
address.
The grossest part about Jack Reacher is how he just only has one pair of underwear, and at night he just rinses it out in the sink and then just sleeps naked and then gets dressed again in the morning.
Listen,
It's just an unnecessary fact,
Listen.
and it grosses me out.
is that true?
It is true.
That's
Yeah.
disgusting.
Yeah, he just has the clothes on his back. That's his whole thing.
That's gross.
He rinses them out every night.
He rinses out his underwear. What are you rinsing out?
I don't know.
What does that mean?
It doesn't mean anything. He just wants a clean pair of drawers, so he
Well, he doesn't have them.
wrings them out in the
How
sink.
long has he been doing this? Long enough that he was married at one point, right?
No, he wasn't married.
Okay, but
A long time. I mean, he gets new underwear occasionally. He just only has one pair at a time and a toothbrush that clips to his belt. For more on Jack Reacher, tune into episode 116, Spotlight on Lee Child.
I used to live by an exit point
down by the river.
an exit point of the Appalachian Trail.
Okay.
And hikers would come off those trails, and sometimes while driving, I would pick up the hikers and take them to their hotels or grocery stores or
That's
whatever.
how Eric was murdered.
Yeah, but they reeked
Yeah.
to high heaven.
Of course they did.
But they had multiple pairs of clothes.
Huh.
And they would shower when they... So I just want you to know that Jack Reacher reeks.
Yeah.
He
Probably.
smells. And you know what else? You think it's just their clothes or just them. When those hikers open their wallets and give you cash money for whatever goods or services you're providing, it smells so bad. The dollar bills reek of BO.
This is so stupid.
No, they'd be like, can I get a pizza? I'm like, sure. Can I get a $5 bill? And they give it to me, and I would pass out. You would have to hold your breath.
This is a weird experience you're having.
Oh, well, I've lived an fascinating life as a
That's one word.
as a pizza cook, as a janitor.
Yeah. You're a bit of a Jack Reacher yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
Only you don't rinse out your underwear, apparently.
No, not at the rate of Jack Reacher.
No. All right, let's stop talking about Jack Reacher's
Rinse
underwear.
out.
Rinse and repeat.
I guess I'm just imagining he puts them in
I
the sink.
don't want to
and
talk
then-
about Jack
and then
Reacher's underwear.
toss them until
Yeah,
they're dry.
you got it. You got it right.
Disgusting.
All right.
And Tom Cruise wants to play him forever?
Here's an interesting dilemma. How do we transition from talking about wringing out Jack Reacher's underwear to talking about one of the most prestigious book awards that there is?
I don't know.
Not a good way?
Hold on.
All right.
Maybe. Hold on.
Hey, what's that? It's a non sequitur. The National Book Award. The mission of the National Book Foundation and the National Book Awards is to celebrate the best of American literature, to expand its audience, and to enhance the cultural value of great writing in America. So it started in the 50s. Been going for a long time.
The 50s.
50s.
That's a long time.
I know.
How old were you then? 27?
I was in my late 20s.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not for secondhand smoke. It was a terrible time.
Yeah.
Everywhere you went, you were breathing nicotine and smoke.
Yeah.
A lot of tar in those 1950s unfiltered cigarettes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
dangerous time to be alive. But anyway, the National Book Award has recently been announced, so we're going to cover some of that today. They had their long list that put out there, and even that's a pretty good thing because you get that little embossed sticker on the front that's like National Book Award long list, National Book Award finalist.
Yeah, if you're that book on a bookshelf with other books that don't have that sticker,
you look adorable.
Yeah.
That's great. So there was the long list, the short list, and now we have the winners. Before we dig into that, let's take a little look down memory lane and see some of the things that have happened in the past, see how they hold up.
National Book Award.
Well, last year, of course,
this
for the...
is your life. I thought we were doing a look back. You were going to talk while I sing the song.
I know.
These are the best.
So as I'm looking at these, even some of the runners up, aren't things that are like really sticking around. Last year's winner, of course, was Underground Railroad. The Underground Railroad.
Chugga chugga woo.
The Underground Railroad won
Sorry,
everything.
Sorry I dragged that up.
It won everything last year.
Yeah.
So
good. It won Best Picture Book.
Yep.
And there wasn't a single illustration in that thing.
Fast food.
Yep. Yes.
Underground Railroad won everything. Yeah. So anyway, that one, I think it's died down a little bit, but I think that one still has a lot of street cred, which is the opposite of what I thought. So hey, I'm not above saying I'm wrong. In years past, we had Fortune Smiles by Adam Johnson, Redeployment by Phil Clay, The Good Lord Bird by James McBride. See, I feel like I'm hearing these for the first time.
Yeah. That's how marriage works, man.
Interesting. Some of the runners-up maybe have a little bit more familiarity. So
Isn't that always the way?
I'll give you a couple of those. All the Light We Cannot See was up for it in 2014. Yeah. Station 11, which you loved. Emily St. John Mandel.
That didn't win?
Nope.
What do you know, National Book Award? Why don't you go take a walk?
Jhumpa Lahiri's The Lowland was in there. George Saunders, The 10th of December. George Saunders, who now is, basically only known for Lincoln in the Bardo. That's all anybody can think about. Dave Eggers is on here. Billy Lynn's Long Halftime Walk. Ben Fountain. A lot of things here.
Billy Lynn's Halftime Walk. Page the screen invitation.
That's
now
true.
Who's the Sly Fox?
I accept it. That was a great movie, by the way, if you haven't seen that.
Oh, really? I didn't know you had watched it.
Yeah. That and Tom Hanks in Hologram for the King were both really good. Kind of made me want to read those books. I think you might enjoy Billy Lynn's Halftime Walk.
Maybe.
It's good. It's got Vin Diesel in a supporting role, which was very surprising.
Get Out of Town.
Kristen Stewart's in that. So
okay,
it's a weird.
Well,
it's a weird.
That was how you were selling me on it.
No,
Vin
it's a
Diesel
weird
in a supporting
cast.
role.
It's a weird
and
cast.
Kristen Stewart.
Yeah.
You do love Kristen Stewart these days. It's weird. Something happened.
Yeah.
Something happened in your brain while watching Twilight.
No.
Where most of us was like, "Oh, this is bad. I don't want to watch her anymore." And you're like, "Wait a minute. I think she's an indie darling."
If you watch her in those indie movies, she's incredibly talented.
Yeah.
I stand by it. She's a great actress.
She just seems like she's always annoyed to be there.
Interesting. All right. Well, I guess what I'm looking at here is I don't know that these really translate into...
Only time will tell.
You're right. Only time will tell. Even looking back, though, I don't see a lot of winners that are really...
eating chicken dinner.
I mean, there's a couple.
Okay.
The Color Purple won in 83.
Oh, snap.
One of John Updike's Rabbit books. Rabbit is Rich won in 82. World According to Garp, John Irving. I mean, those are ones that Sophie's Choice,
Garp a
for
movie?
example. Yeah, it was. Robin Williams.
Oh,
yep.
yeah.
So there are a decent assortment in here that have stood the test of time, but I feel like, as a rule, they generally don't. At least that's not my take.
You brought up Robin Williams, and now I'm depressed.
I know. I am sad whenever I think about it, honestly.
Yeah.
It's a sad tale. What about the young adult winners?
Oh, we're moving?
Do you see a lot in there?
Oh, you want me to go over the...
No, I'm just wondering if you
It
know...
was interesting. So the children's books have been going since 1969.
Okay.
In 1996, I guess they stopped in the 80s.
Could be. Well, it started... It had a little bit of a metamorphosis.
Yeah, in 1983, the children's books, but then they started doing the young people's literature in 1996, and that's when you started seeing, the more young adult stuff show up. So last year's winner was March, book 3.
Okay.
The third book of the March graphic novel series. I only read
the first volume of that. John Lewis,
Nate Powell, and Andrew Uden. Let's see. Challenger Deep, one in 2015 by Neil Shusterman. The book nobody wants to read. Brown Girl Dreaming by Jacqueline Woodson in 2014. The Thing About Luck by Cynthia Kadowata.
Okay.
In 2013. Let's see. The ones out of these that I've just read that seem to be standing out. 2011's by Thanha Lay, Inside Out and Back Again, is a pretty regular school book, I believe. It gets read a lot, along with and she wrote another book. It's told in verse.
All right.
Okay. Great
repartee.
Yeah, great repartee, Nick.
Yeah, it kind of blunted its impact of you saying that. I mean, having to supply the word for you.
2007 has The Absolute True Diary of a Part-Time Indian.
Okay.
And that ended up on Rolling Stone's top 40 young adult books. But, yeah, I'm not seeing too much of too much that I recognize on the winners. I tend to like what you just did. I see a lot like in the nominees that didn't win.
Okay.
You know? So there you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe not so much.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. It depends on who wins this year.
I guess it does. So with that, no further ado. Let's get in
without
there.
further ado.
Yeah. Well, I've said no further ado, so it's
But nobody says it that way.
same thing.
Nobody says it
Same
that way.
thing.
Nobody
All right,
would
let's
say it
talk
that way.
about the finalists for the
I'd like to.
fiction prize. So here are your finalists, ladies and gentlemen. The Dark at the Crossing, published by Penguin Random House, Elliot Ackerman. The Leavers by Lisa Ko. This was a pretty popular one here, as I recall. Pachinko by Min Jin Lee, and Her Body and Other Parties, Stories by Carmen Maria Machado. Those were the finalists. And the winner, we have a repeat winner here. Jessamine Ward won for Sing Unburied Sing. She won, I want to say, 6 years ago for Salvage the Bones. Are you familiar with that one?
No.
Salvage the Bones, I think this is the one that's like a post-hurricane story.
Oh.
And it's sort of, it kind of, some people put it in YA, some people put it in adults. I thought maybe you'd run across it before.
Maybe.
We talked about, I was going to put this on the book club, Salvage the Bones, put it on the book club, but the reviews were like, it's a good book, but I can't handle all the things that happen to that poor dog. And I was like, nope. Removed.
That's Savage the Bones?
Salvage the Bones,
okay.
Yeah.
I like the Rush album, Roll the Bones.
Okay. Not relevant, but thanks for letting me know.
Can be a little relevant.
Anyway, so Jessamine Ward,
hey,
congratulations for your second win.
Hopefully no dogs were tortured in
seriously.
Sing Unburied Sing.
So Sing Unburied Sing we do have in the collection here. Do you remember when this came out?
2016.
Yeah, but I mean like...
No, 2017.
I got good reviews when it came out. I don't think it was anything like
I don't,
big,
and it didn't... I don't remember seeing it on the bestsellers list either.
No, I don't recall it either. But that's not too surprising.
Actually, the only one of these that I have seen on the New York Times bestsellers list was on the long list, didn't make it to the short list, and that's Manhattan Beach by Jennifer Egan.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I remember that.
Not
well. Let me give you a little bit about Sing Unburied Sing here.
Okay.
All right. A searing and profound Southern Odyssey. And Jessamine Ward's first novel since her National Book Award winning Salvage the Bones. Oh, wow. So 2 novels back to back even. I thought maybe she had some things in between then and now, but no. 2 in a row. Yeah. This singular American writer brings the archetypal road novel into a rural 21st century America. Drawing on Morrison and Faulkner, the Odyssey in the Old Testament, Ward gives us an epochal story, a journey through Mississippi's past and present that is both an intimate portrait of a family and an epic tale of hope and struggle. Ward is a major American writer, multiply awarded, that's a confusing way to say that, and universally lauded. And in Sing Unburied Sing, she's at the height of her power. So this is here in our collection, and you can check it out at your leisure. Yeah, more on the long list there that are recognizable. You're right.
Yeah.
So our winner for nonfiction.
To the nonfiction.
I will tell you first the runners-up. We have Erica Armstrong Dunbar with her book Never Caught, The Washingtons' Relentless Pursuit of Their Runaway Slave. Frances Fitzgerald's The Evangelicals, The Struggle to Shape America. David Grann's Killer of the Flower Moon, The Osage Murder and the Birth of the FBI.
He wrote...
No, this is the one you're reading.
Yes, he that is the one I'm reading, but he wrote The Lost City of Z.
Oh, yeah.
Which had just got
Page
a movie.
to screen.
On
a roll.
Yeah, so I guess that's his thing, to write weirdly entertaining historical mysteries.
I guess.
So...
I was intrigued by the concept of Lost City of Z, but I did not get into that book.
Oh, yeah.
So...
Yeah, you have a hard time with bigger words.
Yeah.
Like bus.
Yeah, that's definitely it. Bus? That's such a short word, though. It's almost like you were insulting me just then. Do you think that's what it was? Okay. So here is your winner.
Nope, you skipped one.
I did?
Yes.
Democracy in Chains?
Democracy in Chains.
Democracy in Chains, A Deep History of the Radical Right's Stealth Plan for America.
By Nancy
McLean.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shirley.
And the winner is Masha Gessen for The Future is History, How Totalitarianism Reclaimed Russia.
Yeah.
I think that title pretty much gives it up here. But Putin's best-selling biographer reveals how, in the space of a generation, Russia surrendered to a more virulent and invincible new strain of autocracy. What do you think about that?
Well, I'm impressed that you have trouble with bus, but you were able to say autocracy.
Yeah, thank you. That's not the word, but thank
what?
you.
What did you say? Audacity?
No, that's not it either. Let's talk poetry.
Oh, we're done. See you later. Killers of the Flower Moon has been like a bestseller.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of surprised, because if that one had made it, it would have been like, sales, a critical reception and commercial success meshed. But I guess they don't like that.
No, I guess not.
Just the Underground Railroad.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that was a rare one where it swept everything.
Yeah.
You don't see that too often. So looking now to poetry. Actually, I don't think any of these were really on my radar.
Do you have a poetry radar?
Well, I mean, not a huge one.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a long range.
Yeah.
Anyway, the finalists were Leslie Harrison for The Book of Endings, Layli Long Soldier and Whereas, Shane McRae in The Language of My Captor, Dennis Smith, Don't Call Us Dead.
And you do, so stop.
I do?
Don't call them dead.
Oh, okay.
Don't.
And the winner, you want to do it? Go ahead, Eric.
Oh, me?
Announce that winner.
Oh, Frank Bidart's Half Light, Collected Poems, 1965 to 2016.
Interesting.
Yes.
It doesn't seem like
poetry is that interesting.
Well, no. Like retrospective collections.
Yeah.
I don't know that they're often in there.
We need to get somebody who likes poetry and sees its value.
Not hard.
And get them on the show to talk about poetry, because I feel like I've bashed it every chance I get. And
well, stop doing that.
But I can't help it. People are like, "Hey, do you like poetry?" I'm like, "I don't. I hate it."
I guess it's just, for me, it's a different, I don't know. You have to, I think, like get used to sitting down and being like, I'm going to experience this. Like, it's not just a sit down and read situation. I mean, you really have to focus on it and like try to immerse yourself in it. So I've found usually when we have a visiting poet, or in April for Poetry Month, I try to read some collections. I find when I do that it's not every single one. I don't sit down and like every one I'm like, oh yes. But I usually come across a couple that really sum up something that speaks to me.
Right.
But it's kind of the exception.
Yeah.
I'm not like you. I'm not like, oh great, a new collection of poetry, I'm going to sit down and read it.
Like me.
I mean, no, I'm saying we're similar in that way, that neither one of us feel that way, but I do find things in it. So
yeah,
anyway.
I'm just the wrong audience. I mean, I called the Resident Evil movies poetic.
Yes.
So
yes, you do. You're not right. So anyway, Half Light encompasses all of Bidart's previous books and also includes a new collection, Thirst, in which the poet austerely surveys his life, laying it plain for us before venturing into something new and unknown. Here, Bidart finds himself a creature, conterminous. I don't know what that means. With thirst, still longing, still searching in himself. One of the queers of the universe, visionary and revelatory, intimate and unguarded.
What?
Bidart's collected works are a radical confrontation with human nature, a conflict eternally renewed and reframed, restless line by restless line. So that's odd. I mean, it's a collection of several books put together. I don't know. I'm surprised that would be
the winner.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't seem fair.
No, it doesn't.
Unless he hasn't won any.
Yes, that could be.
Yeah.
Well, let's move on to...
Then it's a Lifetime Achievement Award. But maybe it's
the
not.
young adult.
Okay. Young adult section. Okay, I'm going to read the 5 that were actually on the long list that didn't make it to the short list because I'm very surprised. Because Long Way Down has gotten a lot of play by Jason Reynolds, and so did Orphan Island by Laurel Snyder. But Angie Thomas's The Hate You Give didn't even make it to the short list.
Oh.
And that seems kind of crazy to me.
Huh. Yeah, I would assume it would too.
I mean, unless they were just like, no, everybody's read it.
Uh-huh.
So is it the Man Booker that's their job is to get books that people missed to bring attention?
Man Booker, yeah, it's a little bit more like, it doesn't matter like how it did sales-wise, what its reach was. It's like part of the purpose is to raise awareness of a book.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So
National Book Award is not quite that.
Then I guess I don't get why the National Book Award is so against books that do well.
I don't know. I mean, I think there is sort of a prejudice against things that are popular. I think that's something that people have to like work to get out of their minds. But I don't know. I mean, there's a panel of judges that go through things and narrow it down for whatever reason.
All right.
It does seem like, something that's
been on the bestsellers list for 37
something that's
weeks.
Clearly like speaking to people and reaching an audience
and topical.
Would give it a little bit more of a push, but I don't know.
All right. Well, the finalists for the Young People's Literature Award were Elena Arnold's What Girls Are Made Of, Erica L. Sanchez, I Am Not Your Perfect Mexican Daughter, Rita Williams Garcia's Clayton Bird Goes Underground, and Ibi Zaboy's American Street. And the winner was Robin Benway's Far From the Tree.
Yeah, I would swear that's the first time I've heard of this book.
This is the first time I've heard of lots of these books, but they're now all on order for our
good.
library. So, but we have multiples of the ones that didn't make the shortlist. So maybe I just got bad taste.
Well, I mean, they're never here because they're so popular. Was Far From the Tree, was that one that you had your eye on? Or
no, that's one I had to order.
Total surprise.
Today, yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm right with you. I didn't see it
either. We already had I Am Not Your Perfect Mexican Daughter and Clayton Bird and The Hate You Give, Orphan Island, Long Way Down.
Do you have the synopsis there? Would you like me to read it?
Do you have it open?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead.
Far From the Tree, a contemporary novel about 3 adopted siblings who find each other at just the right moment. Being the middle child has its ups and downs, but for Grace, an only child who was adopted at birth, discovering she is a middle child is a different ride altogether. After putting her own baby up for adoption, she goes looking for her biological family, including Maya, her loudmouth younger biological sister, who has a lot to say about their newfound family ties. And Joaquin, their stoic older biological brother, who has no interest in bonding over their shared biological mother. So there you go.
Yeah.
Interesting premise.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot to mine in that.
And it won.
And we will have it here shortly.
Yeah.
I feel like for our purposes, the Goodreads Choice Awards are the ones that like have the most impact on what we do. Wouldn't you say?
The Goodreads Awards are more of the books that if we get, people are going to check out.
Yeah.
The National Book Awards seem like the books we should have.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly. And sometimes there's the intersection, like Hate You Give and Perfect Mexican Daughter, and one of the other books was on the Goodreads Choice Award.
Yeah, well, Sing Unburied Sing is a finalist in the Goodreads Choice Award.
So and Underground Railroad won.
Yeah, it won both.
Goodreads Choice Award.
Yeah,
so sometimes they intersect, but yes, in terms like I definitely looked at the Goodreads Awards like, oh crap, what ones don't we have? Yeah, we actually had a lot of them.
Bedart's collection is not even in the nominees for best poetry. So
so what do you know? National Book Award?
It happens.
Probably a lot. You're probably better read than me.
Probably a good.
Do you think they are?
A good lot. Better read than you?
Yeah, more well read.
Probably.
All the judges?
The judges for the National Book Awards? Yeah, probably.
All of them?
Every single one of them is more well-read than you? I don't know, man.
Okay. You're pretty well-read.
Thanks, bud. Thanks a lot.
Like, I can't find a Star Trek book that you haven't read.
Yeah, I read them all.
I
read them all.
It's tough.
What are you going to do?
Yeah. What are you going to do?
I like how you backed into that insult. That was pretty good. I thought you were being nice, and then you were like, you like Star Trek books. So.
It wasn't an insult.
Props for that sneaky little there.
I'm a sly little fox.
While we're talking about the Goodreads...
I want to take back the little part. I'm just a sly fox.
Nope, you said little.
Darn it.
Mentioning the Goodreads Choice Awards, we're going to be covering those shortly because the final round ends in just 6 days. So if you haven't voted already, go to goodreads.com, cast your vote, and we will be covering these as they come out.
Live
and probably doing some ordering.
Yeah,
I don't think we have all of those.
Well, unless you're in charge of young adult and juvenile fiction, then you did pretty good.
You
this
got
year.
all of them. Good for you. Good for you. I have read all of the Best Picture Books nominees. I'll tell you that.
Congratulations.
Mm-hmm.
Are you excited to go live on the scene to the red carpet of the Goodreads Choice Awards?
Yeah, I'll be there.
So
Nick,
Nick,
man on the street.
Yeah, Nick will be.
Yeah, me and Naomi Shihab and I were going to cover those. That's not true. I don't want anybody to get excited. That's not true.
It's just going to be Nick.
Just me alone. Just me alone.
Yeah.
I'll give her a call. We'll see.
It's rough because you have to ask the authors like the same questions they've been asked.
Yeah.
Down the whole carpet the entire time.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. I'll ask total oddball questions.
Yeah.
You know, like if you were to own a bakery, what do you think would be your best-selling thing?
Yeah.
And then who knows what they're going to say?
Yeah.
Maybe they've got thoughts on it.
Yeah.
Could be very revealing.
Yeah. Cornbread. Mine would be cornbread.
Cornbread?
Yeah.
Well, that's revealing because that's weird.
What?
I mean, I love cornbread, but you don't think about you're going to go into a bakery and get cornbread.
It's good cornbread. What about cornbread with blueberries in it?
Really?
I don't know.
That sounds weird.
I just made it up.
I think that should stay in your imagination because I don't see that taking off.
Okay.
But
would you put blueberry jam on corn on the cob?
No. That's a terrible idea.
Is it though?
Why are we talking about your cornbread recipe? That being said, if you want to make chili and cornbread, I'll be at your house anytime.
That's true. I've never made cornbread to go with my chili.
I love that.
But I make a mean chili.
You do make a mean chili.
Thanks.
Good for you. Good for you. Well, you can find information on the current books as well as past winners, past nominees, the process of what they do at National Book Foundation, which is nationalbook.org. So you can find them. You can also find them at the same place on Twitter or Facebook. So if you want to look into that a little bit more, there is a fount of information there.
Do you think chili would be better with root beer or Coca-Cola? Like, which one would you want to add into the actual chili?
Oh, Coca-Cola.
You think so?
Root beer's got a different kind of sweetness.
Yeah. I'm worried about what would happen to the Coke.
Root beer has like a vanilla flavor. You don't want that.
Yeah.
You
probably don't want the Coke in there long.
I love Coca-Cola cake. Have you ever had that?
No.
Good stuff.
Okay.
Good stuff. Let's talk library news.
Yeah.
What do you got coming up?
Oh, boy. Well, Christmas.
Yeah.
Christmas is a go this year.
Good. Yeah.
So
good.
December 25th. Yeah. That's going to be pretty great.
We will be closed just on Thursday, the 23rd for Thanksgiving. So later this week we'll be closed.
Show up on Friday. What else are we doing? We've got Despicable Me 3, December 8th. We got Teen Anime Club every Wednesday at 5:30. Basically all December except for the 27th. Well, actually, we'll probably be open then. Who knows?
We will be open.
Yeah,
we'll be open.
We've got our Teen Lofter open, and actually, Despicable Me is our last movie of the year then, and then we're into January. Your last
teen movie. Yeah, we've got a few different things going on. Our next movie is the Senior Citizen Matinee, which is 2:00 on the 28th. We're showing Grumpier Old Men.
Yes.
So it's even Thanksgiving themed. So that's perfect time.
The darker, grittier sequel.
Yeah, fair enough. We've got the Nutcracker coming up in December. We're excited about that. Andover Ecumenical Choir is coming back December 11th. Next week also we have Tai Chi, which will be our 4th year.
Tai Chi.
Partnering with the Confucius Institute in Alfred. It'll be indoors this year. It's going to be at 10 o'clock in the exhibition room on the 28th. So hope you'll join us for that. No sign-ups, just show up. And they'll run you through that. Then we have the senior matinee. And then that evening, we received a grant from Poets and Writers to host author Michael Zernecki. He'll be here at 6:30 on the 28th to do basically an oral history sort of memoir about growing up in the 60s. He speaks all over, so I think people will enjoy that. And then the following week, December 5th, he's going to be doing sort of a memoir workshop. So if you're wanting to write your own memoirs or just sort of get things written down, he's got a good process for getting that going. Also, no sign-ups. Show up at 6 o'clock, December 5th, in the Monday Club room.
How can he write about growing up in the 60s? Because if he can remember it, he wasn't there.
Yeah, he wasn't living in the 60s. Yeah, I'll ask him.
All right.
I'll tell him you've got a bone to pick with him.
Hey, mister.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah. Okay.
Fair enough.
All right.
Well, we've got the Goodreads Choice Awards to talk about. We got some lonely books coming up. A lot of good stuff. So tune in next week for episode 119.